everyone. My name is Alicia. Welcome to another Zodiac themed class. As part of my 300-hour teacher training, I am doing a Zodiac themed class for all of the Zodiac signs, and today's is Capricorn. Capricorn is very methodical, logical. It's an earth sign, so very grounded and rooted. The chakra for Capricorn is root chakra. And so that sort of kind of continues in the grounding and rooting theme throughout our practice today. The ruling planet for Capricorns is Saturn, which really makes sense in kind of the way that Capricorns tend to be very logical, really focused on structure, stability, and honoring commitments. One of my best friends growing up was a Capricorn, and I feel like she totally exemplified all of those traits. You know, very loyal, and very logical. And you know, if she made a commitment, she stuck to it and she followed the plan. So they're all kind of these traits of a Capricorn. And the mantra for today's practice is, I am sturdy and steadfast and committed to the path. I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. I love that one. You know, for Capricorns, it's kind of like, even if their road is winding, they continue on it. You know, they don't get as distracted as maybe some of the other signs would on their path. So with that being said, if you're a Capricorn, welcome, hi. If you're not, welcome, hi. Either way, it doesn't matter. I am super excited to practice with each and every one of you. So thank you.
Rolling onto all fours, taking the knees out wide, big toes touch, sitting the seat low into child's pose, extending the hands out in front of you, resting the third eye, the space in between your eyebrows, onto the mat, and begin to cultivate your Ujjayi breath for today's practice. Breathing deeply in through the nose and exhaling out through the nose. Maybe a slight hug or constriction at the back of the throat on the exhale to really create that oceanic breath, building fire and some heat in the body as we further relax and ground. And just notice how you arrived on your mat today. What maybe you brought with you in your physical body, your emotional body, and what can you leave off to the side? Just for these next 40 minutes, allowing your breath to be the central focus, rolling up through the body, taking the knees directly under the hips, tabletop position, shoulders stacked over wrist, extending the crown of the head forward as the tailbone reaches backward. Inhale, lower the belly, lift the chest, cow pose. And exhale, curl around the spine, tuck the chin to chest, cat. Pulling the belly up and in. Inhale to cow. And exhale, cat. Taking any of those little movements that you love. Maybe you roll your shoulders to the left and to the right. Maybe the hips. Inhale to cow. Exhale, cat pose. Crawling the hands forward, extending the chest down to the mat, Anahata pose. Trying to keep your hips stacked over knees. I know it can be a little challenging because you can't see. And resting maybe your chin to the mat, maybe your forehead. This is a very deep shoulder opener. And so just being kind with where you're at today. Breathing in the mantra, I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. On your next exhale, slowly walking the hands back into tabletop, curling the toes underneath, and sitting back on your heels, coming into a seat, both palms up in your lap, closing down the eyes, deepening the breath, rolling the shoulders down and back, slight tuck of the chin in. Notice when you're reaching your head too far forward. It can be a pull of the anxious energy. And just bringing the body back to presence, back to now. I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. If this is too much on the toes, feel free to come to the flat parts of your feet, but I really encourage you to stick with it one breath longer, to stretch out those toes, those feet muscles that we rely and walk on all day, every day. And go ahead, release. Just give your toes a nice tap. Planting the hands, curling the toes under, lifting the hips up high, downward facing dog, first down dog of the day. Ensuring that your shoulders are framing your ears, pressing evenly through both hands. Inhale, lift the heels up high, and exhale, lower them down. Inhale, heels lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, heels lift, and exhale, lower. Inhale, heels lift, bend the knees, tiptoe all the way up to your hands. Toe heeling your feet, mat distance apart, maybe grabbing opposite elbow, clasping hands behind the neck. I'm stretching out my wrists here, so just my fingertips facing towards my feet, opening up through the palms. Slight bend in the knees, and just begin to rotate, rock side to side, feeling the full weight of your skull. Relaxing into your forward fold. Toe heeling the feet back towards center underneath your hips. Slowly inhale, one vertebrae rise all the way up. Head comes up last, arms reach high. And exhale, flow through heart center, samastitihi. I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. Inhale, arms reach, steeple mudra grip. Exhale, bending over to the right, keeping both heels rooted. Inhale through center, and exhale, taking it over to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, goalpost arms, Anuvatasana, open up through the chest. And inhale, arms reach. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, slight bend in the knees, engaging through the glutes, super flat, strong back. And exhale, release, planting the hands, walk or step back into plank pose, puffing up through the shoulders. And exhale, lowering down knees, chest, chin, lowering all the way down to the mat. Inhale, chest lifts, cobra pose, just engaging through the low back. And exhale, push back, hips high, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, friends. Moving through our Surya Namaskar A series. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, tiptoe all the way up to the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, rising up, arms reach. And exhale, samastitihi. I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. Grounding down, rooting here through the heels, shoulders stacked over hips. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, shoulders roll down and back, neck elongated. Exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, step back into plank, pushing the weight out through the heels, tummy tucks up and in, and exhale, roll the body forward, lower halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, knees lift off the mat, and exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in, one breath out through the nose, building heat, building that fire. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or tiptoe up to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold, let it go. Inhale, arms rise and reach up. Exhale, flow through heart center, samastitihi. I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. If you know where we're going, feel free to close your eyes for these next ones. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, step back into plank, super strong plank here. Exhale, roll the body forward, lower halfway down, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, knees lift up off the mat. And exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, Uttanasana, forward fold. Inhale, arms reach and rise up. Exhale, samastitihi, hands flow through heart center. I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. Inhale, arms reach, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift, and exhale, lowering down, curling up onto your toes, coming into ball pose, tenting your fingertips to help support you if needed. Lowering your forehead to your knees. Breathing in our mantra, I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. Stepping back or shooting back into Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Hips high, belly button in. Inhale, lifting the left leg high, bending at the knees, scorpion dog, drawing big circles with that knee, opening up through the hip, keeping even weight through the hands. Inhale, left leg high, and exhale, lower. Inhale, right leg high, bending at the knee, scorpion dog, opening up through the hips, squaring off through the shoulders. Inhale to straighten, and exhale to lower down. Beginning our Surya Namaskar B series. Inhale, left leg high, stepping your left leg through, planting your back foot down, warrior one, rising up, arms reach on the inhale, and exhale, hands flow back to the mat. Step back through plank, inhale, exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Big, beautiful breath. Inhale, right leg high. Exhale, stepping your right foot through, planting your back foot down. Inhale, rising up, warrior one. And exhale, flowing down. Inhale, lifting right leg high. And exhale, chaturanga dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. 5 deep, long breaths here. In through the nose, out through the nose. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, stepping it through, planting your back heel down. Inhale, rising up, arms reach. And exhale, bringing your hands back down to the mat. Inhale in plank. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, stepping your right foot through, planting your black heel down, warrior one, rising up. Exhale, hands come down to the mat. Inhale in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Big breaths here. Lowering the forearms down right beneath your shoulders, dolphin pose. Hands can come to prayer if that feels easier. Rolling up onto the toes on the inhale, and exhale, lowering them down. If that feels too challenging or like it's outside of your practice, just skip it. And whenever you're ready, coming back, downward facing dog, hands on the mat. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, left leg high. And exhale, stepping your left foot through. Inhale, rising up, arms reach to crescent. And exhale, lowering your back knee down, low lunge. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, steeple mudra grip, bending over to the left side. Inhale to center. And exhale, hands can come down to your left knee. Just bend and straighten, opening up through your right hip flexor. Curling the back toes underneath if that feels good. And inhale, rising up to crescent. Exhale, opening up, warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Right angle, bend in your left knee. Inhale to reverse your warrior, keeping the legs the same. And exhale, straightening everything and reaching as far forward as you can. Trikonasana, tick-tocking the arms to 6 and 12, pulling up out of the hip by engaging the core, those obliques. Inhale, back through center, arms reach. And exhale, hands come through heart center, prasarita, all 10 toes face the long side of the mat and folding forward whenever you're ready. Inhale, lifting just the torso, and exhale, lowering it down. Inhale, lifting just the torso, and exhale, folding forward. Crawling fingertips over to the left leg, keeping your right hand planted. Inhale, simple twist, left arm high. Exhale, lower. Inhale, three-legged down dog, left leg lifts up. Exhale, flowing through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job, friends. One breath in, one breath out. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up, arms reach. Exhale, hands flow through heart center, samastitihi. I am sturdy, steadfast, and committed to my path. Lowering into chair pose, weight in the heels, engaging through the core to help lift you up out of your hips. Glutes super engaged. Arms can reach out in front of you by your ears at heart center, whatever feels good. Lifting all 10 toes off the mat and gently placing them down. Inhale, rising up, right leg lifts high. You can keep it the knee bent, or if you want an added challenge, extend it out in front of you. Doesn't have to be to hip height. And then on your exhale, slowly swing back, lowering your torso all the way to the mat. Standing splits. You can wrap your arm around your planted leg if that feels good for you. And on your exhale, slowly stepping back, landing in low lunge. Inhale, left leg high, and exhale, flowing through your vinyasa. Exhale, downward facing dog. One breath in and one breath out. Inhale, right leg lifts, and exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, right leg lifts, and exhale, stepping your right foot through, lowering your back knee down. Inhale, rising up, arms reach. Exhale, steepen mudra grip, bending over to the right. Inhale through center, and exhale, placing your palms on your front knee, bending and opening through your left hip flexor. And palms come down to the mat. Inhale, back knee lifts, rising up, high crescent pose. Right hip pulls back as left hip pulls forward, engaging and strengthening through both heels, tucking the ribs in, reaching arms up. On your exhale, bursting open, warrior two to the right. Right knee stacked over right ankle. Inhale to reverse your warrior. Legs stay the same as right arm reaches back. And exhale, straightening everything out, reaching the right arm forward as left hand comes high. Trikonasana. Again, just engaging the core, pulling up and out of that hip. Right hand can reach to your leg, a block, a prop, the mat, whatever you have, or just let it hang and float in front of you, or come to heart center. And on your next exhale, Prasarita, all 10 toes face the long side of the mat as you bend forward. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Crawling fingertips over to the left foot, planting your right hand. Inhale, simple twist, left arm lifts up high, and exhale, placing it down on the mat. Inhale, left leg high, and exhale, flowing through your vinyasa. Always the option to ekapada, lifting just one leg. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. I am sturdy, steadfast, and committed to my path. Where can that apply on your mat and off your mat? Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Let it go. Inhale, arms reach up high, and exhale, sitting low, chair pose. Arms can reach out in front of you if you wish. Weight in the heels, relaxing through the tops of the feet, the jaw, the neck. Glutes and low belly engaged. Rooting down. Really feel and imagine. Inhale, lifting right leg high. You can keep that right leg bent or straighten it out for a little added challenge, some added strength building. And exhale, pivoting it all the way up, standing splits, left leg planted. Hands can wrap around the left leg if that's in your practice. Relaxing through the neck. Slight bend in your left leg can help support and balance you. Whenever you're ready, stepping your right foot back. Inhale, three-legged down dog, left leg lifts high. And exhale, flowing through your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, heels lift. Exhale, lower. Lowering back onto your forearms, dolphin pose. Building some strength here. Can practice lifting one leg and then lifting the other leg, moving toward forearm stand. Just playing around with it, always coming back to playfulness. When ready to release to downward facing dog, feel free. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, walk, step, or float to the top of the mat. Inhale, halfway lift, and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising up, arms reach, and exhale, Samastitihi. I'm just turning so you can see. We'll be moving into tree pose, but first taking a second into ground, into mountain. Making sure shoulders stacked over hips, stacked over knees, stacked over ankles. Being very aware of our bone structure today. Everything stacked right on top of one another. Palms face forward. Toes hip distance. Shoulders down and relaxed. Eyes closed. I am sturdy, steadfast, and committed to my path. Moving into tree. You can rest here with your left ankle resting on your right, or bringing the foot up to the calf. If this is enough for you, stay here, or if you want more, bringing that left foot into the right thigh. Just anywhere at those 3 points is okay, just always avoiding the knee. Hands can be at heart center, if that feels good, or if you want, grow your branches out wide. For an added balance challenge, feel free to lift the gaze up towards the ceiling, or practice closing down one eye and then the other, or both, but really imagining and envisioning the root connecting your right heel to the center of the earth and pulling that energy up to help support and ground you. Releasing tree pose, grabbing the outside edge of your left foot with your right hand, extending that left leg out long or keeping it bent for an open twist if that feels better for you. And twisting at the thoracic spine, reaching your left arm back behind you. Feel free to fall out, that is all good. Just give yourself a nice wiggle, a nice shake. Let it all go. This is a practice and a fun, playful one at that. Centering back into mountain pose. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep exhale out. Opening up through the palms. Giving all 10 fingers a wiggle. And relaxing down into being here now. Taking tree pose on the other side. Again, first option, first resting spot for your right foot is down on the mat. And the next is on the calf. And the third option is pressing into your left thigh. Trying to keep both hip bones facing forward. So you have rotation at your right hip. And whenever you're ready, growing your branches out long, reaching up. Again, envisioning the sturdy, stable root, rooting your left heel into the earth beneath you, feeling its support. And remember, trees sway. They are not static. Just finding and coming to your center. And whenever you're ready, releasing down, grabbing the outside edge of your right foot with your left hand, reaching your right arm back. If your foot is inaccessible, feel free to just bend the knee and reach to the outside edge of your right knee. Woo! Feel free to fall out and shake it all out. Releasing down, folding forward, downward facing dog. One breath in, one breath out. Lowering your knees down and then bringing your elbows shoulder width apart. I like to check that by making sure that my hands can fit into the crook of my elbow. And I am just going to play in some forearm stands, so feel free to join me with a wall behind you if you're a beginner. If not, have at it. Just make sure you're being kind and compassionate to wherever you and your body are at today. Really engaging through the core as you lift up. And then lowering down, child's pose, whenever you're ready. I love inversions. They're so important, especially in a grounding class, to really help you see the world from a different point of view. If you want to play in forearm stand again, feel free. I'm going to take just a little bit of time to do it. And if you're ready to release, feel free to move to ball pose, reaching your hands back behind you. And whenever you're ready to come out, sitting up, hero's pose, knees touch together, space in between your feet for your seat. Keeping your shoulders stacked over your hips. Slight tuck of the chin. Again, remember to stay in the present moment. The present moment is the aligned moment, the aligned body. I am sturdy and steadfast, committed to my path. Quieting the breath for a second here. Feel free to use any blocks or props if this doesn't feel good in your body underneath your seat. Just being gentle and kind to your joints, your knees. You only get 2 of them in your life. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, downward facing dog. Hips high. Inhale, right leg lifts. And exhale, bringing your right knee to your right wrist. Half pigeon to the right. Make sure to check over your shoulder that your left leg is super straight behind you. And again, any blocks or props underneath your seat, your hip, can really help support you in this posture. Feel free to lower your head down as necessary. Resting your third eye on your hands, the mat, a pillow, whatever you have. Breathing into any tight or tense spots. Our hips, we hold so much, so many emotions flood there when we aren't able to properly release. And giving them space and time to breathe, to be, is such an important step in a healing process and a healing practice. We never get to a point on our path where we are healed, we're cured, we're all done. It is a daily journey that we all get to partake in. Whenever you're ready, sitting back onto your seat, just extending, straddling both legs out to the front side of the mat. And releasing down, reaching for your feet, but don't need to touch or be there. And again, suspending any judgment for maybe how your body looks in this posture. Where you're at is exactly where you are supposed to be. And coming up and rotating to half pigeon on the other side. And this is a very open hip transition, and if that doesn't feel good for you, feel free to move from downward facing dog. Again, doing the usual checks to make sure right leg is super straight behind you. Protecting your left knee by flexing through your left foot. And lowering your forehead down to the mat or to your hands to rest and release. Swirling that beautiful inhale breath to any tight spaces that you have and you're holding. And exhale, just allowing that tension to release, to evaporate. I am sturdy, steadfast, and committed to my path. And sometimes our path can be very unclear to us, especially the end can be a little murky. And so keeping the trust and the commitment to a path that you believe in, very important. Whenever you're ready, stepping back your hands and sitting onto your seat, swinging your legs to one side of the mat and just giving them a shake. Moving the fleshy parts of your seat out so you can really root into your sit bones, feel them beneath you. Reaching arms high and exhale, folding forward, grabbing for anywhere that feels good on your legs, slight bend in the knees, attempting a straight or flat back. Relaxing through the back of the neck. And then lowering your torso all the way down to a space that feels good for you. On your next inhale breath, sitting up, and exhale, bending all the way down on your back. Feel free to keep the eyes closed for the remainder of our practice today. Taking Supta Baddha Konasana, feet touch, knees out wide, butterfly legs, bringing one hand to heart, one hand to belly, and just begin to notice, feeling your head, your neck, your shoulders against the mat, resting your sacrum, your low back, and feeling that support. Holding space for that trust to blossom on the path that you're on towards your dharma, your purpose in this life. Releasing all ujjayi breath and just returning to a more natural breath. Still aim for in through the nose and out through the nose. Releasing the legs, moving into full shavasana, heels in, toes out, palms up. Take a second to roll the shoulders down and back. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Close down the eyes. And welcome these next moments to just be. If you're ready to reawaken, begin by moving the fingers, the toes, rolling out through the wrists, the ankles, taking a big good morning stretch, arms reach overhead, and whenever you're ready, rolling over to your favorite side, grounding and rooting down, and rolling up to a seat, eyes still closed, hands at heart center. I am sturdy, steadfast, and committed to my path. Thank you all so much for practicing with me. It is my greatest honor, pleasure. I appreciate each and every one of you. As we bow forward, we say namaste. Thank you guys. I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. See you next time.